Well, welcome back, everyone. This market just won't quit, and it is an exceptionally busy week. I'm going to get you right into charts to give you a sense of what Powell may or may not do. Now, there's a lot of lines on this screen. There's a big uptrend channel. This is the SPY, the market. We know we made highs back in July. We tried to get those highs bettered, but the NASDAQ kind of held us back for this consolidation process after the Japanic Monday reversal. And we had an about face around the center of this channel. This channel is a statistical channel that is two standard deviations on either side of this best fit line. And what we are dealing with right now is a market, when I zoom in over here, that is right up against the all-time highs and effectively in a spot where getting above that pink line, getting above the all-time highs, which are 565 and about and change, 16 pennies or so, opens the door for pricing has to be perfect. What does that mean? Well, either it gets going and goes, meaning buying begets buying, or this is a very precarious area to hang out in. Now, the observation is we've decelerated from that big reversal we got last Wednesday, but momentum is still tilted up. We were able to close in the upper half of today's range and gain vis-a-vis Friday's close modestly, about 0.15%. And we all know that the NASDAQ is the index that is the most important. It was not able to gain. It did close right over here, and you can see a little lower than Friday. However, still holding key supports. The momentum has slowed, which is natural, but the momentum has not gone away. Now, tomorrow we're going to get retail sales. We're going to get that retail sales data and the Canadian CPI inflation data. And then we've got Powell on Wednesday. If retail sales pose a problem for the market, the S&P 500 could fairly easily go from the 562 to 63 area down back towards this blue and purple line. Those are the weekly pivot levels, center of them, and a bounce over there would not be strange. Now, my vote would be look for the market to try and break out to new highs, but without a catalyst, or in fact with a negative catalyst if the retail sales come in little under the consensus estimate. If they come in horrendously worse, that may indeed spur on buying. The machines are configured that way. However, slightly worse than the consensus estimate could very easily mean a little pullback. Now, that's not off base. If you look at what's on screen, you've got the Champion Trend Pack Toolkit. Now, this is part of Rob Hoffman's life's work. Spent decades doing this, and when we look at the weekly chart, we know that we are in a buy signal state. We know that the sequence has resumed from contracting champion cross zone, that green opaque zone, and having some misses in the bottom right over there without the block. We did get back on the horse. Now, this is obviously last week and very beginning of this week. We're in a positive state. And there are targets using some of his marketplace indicators up in the 580, 581 area. The weekly chart is bullish. There's no question about that, but we slowed down. Now I'm going to take you over to a daily chart. That's what you're looking at right now, right beside that weekly chart. The daily chart has, of course, that abrupt reversal from last Wednesday and is in a buy signal state. You can see the green blocks, the champion cross buy zone. And effectively, we are in a spot where the momentum has slowed, but it is still positive, and we're holding above rising supports that are very short term. We're above a rising channel. These are all positive things. We are in the first stage of a sequence of signals using the Champion Trend Pack Toolkit, and that involves having the Champion Trend Indicator in play, which is effectively that buy zone, and the Champion Cross. Now, when we move to stage 2 and then stage 3, we then have an end to the sequence, and the end has some predictability to it. It's actually high probability. You see these breakout forecasters and that little powder blue dot. That's how I've kind of formatted Wealth Signal. Wealth Signal is stage 2. And when we were on this run up from the Japanic Monday, we got that Wealth Signal. We got the breakout forecaster. So we went through stage 2 and 3. And when it's over, which is not hard to surmise, we then pull back to the last, second last or third last breakout forecaster. And we tend to then bounce. Now, we obviously had some volatility, but we then indeed did get our bounce. And in fact, what you're looking at on the right-hand side of the screen is a chart that can really affect the next several days. It's the 4-hour chart. We're in a buy signal sequence that has moved from stage 1 right over here, and these are 4-hour bars, into stage 2 with a range breaker, and then a wealth signal, and then into stage 3 with some breakout forecasters, which are the dashes here. However, for the last several bars, right there, now that was last week, right there, and right here, the 2 for today, we don't have any more breakout forecasters. Price has gone more sideways. The speed lines are crisscrossing each other. And this is a typical precursor to the end of the sequence. And a pullback that takes us back down to 557 wouldn't be off base. But an expected bounce back up is supported by the daily and the weekly charts. And this becomes a great tradable moment from my perspective, and I'm looking forward to engaging with members in the active trader room and on WealthCharts just to that end. I can tell you that we're set up more likely to see a dip and bounce, and that could create opportunity in a variety of areas, from precious metals, precious metal miners, to NASDAQ related stocks. Our options guru, Stacy Brovitz, has been doing some incredible work in his area, and he's going to be sharing strategies that he uses in this market, trades that he takes in this market with you live this Wednesday, September the 18th, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Now imagine having the power of directional signals and the amazing technical backbone and all of the macro to micro that Rob provides with his tools, and then layer on top of that option strategies. Well, it's titled Options Trades Most Traders Will Never See, because Stacy's approaching it in a way where the tools and the strategies that are part and parcel of the methodology are only available here on WealthCharts, and he can't wait to share that with you. Join becomeabettertrader.com/yes and join in for this Wednesday's class. It starts at 10 a.m. Eastern time. It's not recorded. It's a special event. I hope you enjoy the class. Go to becomeabettertrader.com/yes. I hope to be able to attend it as well, and look very much forward to seeing you there.